Hey guys, what's up? It's Lee here tonight, or Delta Boy 767, and I'm here tonight to do a fragrance review. I'm going to review three men's fragrances, all three of which I do wear on a regular basis. One in particular I have absolutely fallen in love with, and it's now becoming my new, should I say, love. And sorry guys for the headset, but for some reason my built-in microphone is not functioning properly. I don't know why. So this is the second video that I've made tonight. Blah. Anyway, on to the review. I've got two from the same design house and one from a different design house. All three are very masculine, very intense fragrances. Two are older, one is a newer fragrance, but all three of them are very well structured, very well made, and just a pleasure, and extreme pleasure to wear. And one of them I got as a Christmas gift, and I'm going to go ahead and review it first because it is my new favorite fragrance, and I simply am falling in love with this one. Is a masculine scent. It's not going to ever be my signature masculine scent because I already have one that trumps this one that I'm about to review. Yeah, it's that good. But it's not, can't be my signature scent because it's just, I can't betray my signature scent. Anyway, yes, I'm smoking, guys, so sorry, overlook that. Anyway, this one was released in 2006. It's from the design house of Prada, which Prada also makes accessories and clothing as well. And this one is Prada Amber Homme Intense in the Eau de Parfum 1.7 ounce vaporizer spray or natural spray. This fragrance here, let me tell you something, guys. This fragrance here is a very distinctly masculine fragrance. It's not for women at all. It's not unisex whatsoever. It cannot be classified as a unisex fragrance because it's just simply not. This is strictly for men, plain and simple. It's strictly for men, as all of three of these that I'm reviewing tonight are strictly for men. The notes in this one are, and let me pull it up real quick. Okay, the notes in this one are, sorry about that. It was released in 2006, and the notes in this are Italian bergamot, Somalia myrrh, Indonesian patchouli, and vanilla from Madagascar. The bergamot in this one causes a sparkly and fresh opening, and then the hot and spicy resin of myrrh creates a rich and, should I say, like an intense aroma. Patchouli is so attractive and seductive, and the vanilla, while being gentle, is still warm as well. That completes this fragrance so wonderfully with amber. And again, to recap, the notes are bergamot, myrrh, patchouli, sorry about that, vanilla, and amber. This fragrance, albeit was released in 2006, is very sophisticated. It's not your everyday scent. It's not your everyday run-of-the-mill fragrances like we have on the market today, all for aquatic, ozonic bullshit that we got today on the market, which is just, no. This is very well made. This is very, I just can't get it to stop smelling this fragrance. It's just so amazing. Oh, God. Okay, the opening of this kind of, it's kind of fruity, but that quickly goes away and it quickly dissipates. And then it turns into a very cushy, warm, seductive scent. Just very, people just want to smell you, reach in and smell you. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. Sillage on this thing is a monster. It's an eau de parfum, so it's very intense. It's a monster. Lasting power on me, it's about 12 to 13 hours or more. There is another version of this. It's just the plain Prada Amber Homme, not the intense Prada Amber. It's not as structured and not as balanced as the Amber Intense. It's an eau de toilette. This is an eau de parfum. This is a totally different fragrance. It's not a flanker. It's a totally separate dinosaur, separate being within itself. Excuse me. Prada Amber is Prada Amber. Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense is Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. They're two distinct, separate fragrances. They're not the same. They're not flankers whatsoever. This one is very strong, very I'm not going to say cloying. I'm not going to say overpowering. It's very sexy, seductive, and masculine. Very cushy, is what I like to say. When it dries down, it doesn't project out there like it does on the dry down. When it's completely dried down and everything, it stays rather close. I'm not going to say very close, but rather close to the skin. You can still smell it from about this far away. I would say probably from here to about, I'd say maybe about 8 to 10 inches away from you. So it's best if you wear this, like if you're going to be close to somebody that night, or even if you're going to be around people a lot and getting close to their people. That'd be good to wear this fragrance right here. It's very well structured, very well balanced. It's very well designed too. It's very well made. I really like this. When I first smelled it, I had to have a bottle of it, and lo and behold, I got one for Christmas. Like I said, I smelled the original Amber Pour Homme when it was first released, and I smelled the L'Ambre for women when it was first released, not Amber Pour Homme. And I told the sales lady, I said they need a men's version of this, and lo and behold, they got Amber Pour Homme Intense, and it was just like, oh wow, it was just amazing. So this is not hard to find. You can find this in exclusive department stores only, such as Bergdorf's, Nordstrom's, Neiman Marcus. You're not going to find this at your low-end department stores, say like Belk's and Macy's and JCPenney's and whatnot. It's just, Sephora does carry it as well too. So your higher-end exclusive department stores are going to have this, but don't expect to find it on like online retailers, because this is too exclusive for that. This is very, it's not a Walmart fragrance, as I like to call them. I don't deal with Walmart fragrances. Okay, moving on. The second fragrance that I'm going to review was done in 1988, and it's by one of my favorite design houses. This design house makes very good fragrances for men, as they do for women. And a lot of design houses make really, really good women's fragrances, but when it comes to their men's line, it's very crappy, very mundane, very plain, very everyday, blah, run-of-the-mill. Not this one. This is the total opposite. This design house here makes both women's and men's fragrances that are enjoyable and a pleasure to wear. And this, like I said, this is this next one is very masculine scent. It's very intoxicating, I guess you would say. And it also is from the design house of Yves Saint Laurent. And this was released in 1988, and this is called Jazz. And this comes in the, sorry, I got it backwards. This is in the 1.7 ounce eau de toilette spray. The one interesting feature about this is the bottle. It's the shape of the bottle. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm going to turn it up like this. See how it's like curved and wavy? And it kind of gives it that two-dimensional look, because if you look at it from this angle, you can see the Jazz is written. You can see how it's written. Get the glare out of there, sorry. There we go, Jazz. You can see how it's written in there. If you turn the bottle around, you will actually see Jazz printed on the bottle this way. But when you turn it around, it's this way. So that's one of the unique features. That's something I found interesting about this bottle. I know it has nothing to do with the fragrance, but I just found it interesting. This scent is very clean, very, very clean. It's a very clean, fresh scent. It can be worn day or night, spring, summer, winter, fall. It doesn't matter. It's not classified as a winter fragrance or a summer fragrance. I sprayed some early on a napkin, and it smells like soap. Very soapy, very masculine soapy. Also with fragrance in it as well. The notes in this one are, give me just a second and I will get those notes for you. Just 1 second. Okay. Top notes, we got Artemisia, lavender, and bergamot. Middle notes, we have nutmeg, geranium, carnation, and cinnamon. Base notes, we've got sandalwood, cedarwood, leather, amber, and moss. Now, we've had I've seen a couple of online fragrance retailers classify this as an oriental fragrance. I'm sorry, hate to bust your bubble, but this is not oriental. I'm sorry. This is not spicy enough. This is not woody enough. This is not opulent enough to be classified as an oriental fragrance. I'm sorry, it's just not. And those of you and to that fragrance online fragrance retailer, Fragrance Net, sorry, I had to say the name, that classify this as an oriental, please take it off. Please correct it as a fresh scent, because it's not an oriental. I'm sorry. Orientals are seductive, they're bewitching, they're opulent, they're mystic, and they're mystifying. This, my friends, is not. What this reminds me of is walking into a bar, and there's with a bunch of men sitting around having a few drinks after they've worked all day, and you can smell that faintness of clean soapiness. That's jazz. It's not tobacco-y at all. Let me just put it this way. The name of the fragrance fits the scent, if that makes any sense at all. Most people associate jazz with tobacco pipe and stuff. I associate jazz with smooth, subtle, calming, and that's what this fragrance is. Very smooth, very subtle, very very calm. It's very mellow, but yet it's there. You know that it's there, but it's mellow. That's what this fragrance is, and I'm starting to like this one more and more. This is an old school. Hey, old schools are good. I don't like my old schools. I love my older fragrances because they seem to be very well structured, very well balanced. This is a very structured fragrance, guys. This one's very well designed. It's very well made. It's made in 1988. Was released, in 1988 from the design house at Yves Saint Laurent, and it's in the 1.7 ounce. It's jazz. Now, they do have a flanker to this one. It's called Live Jazz, which was released later on in the lineup. I don't like it as much. It's more citrusy, more fruity. And it's not as fresh and as long lasting. The ciliage on this one is very good as well. It's not as intense as the Prada Amber Homme Intense or the other one that I'm going to review, but it's pretty good. It's pretty decent, the ciliage on this. The projection is quite good as well. Lasting power, I'd say anywhere between 6 to 10 hours, depending on your skin type and humidity. So yeah, Jazz from Yves Saint Laurent, Eau de Toilette, 1.7 ounce. Give it a try, guys. This is a very clean scent. If you like to smell clean and fresh, but yet masculine at the same time, Jazz is the way to go. Plus, it's a cheap fragrance. It's like $24 for the bottle. You can't go wrong. And it's very intense as well, too, the scent-wise. Okay, this next and the last one is one of my signature scents. It's my signature scent in the men's line. This fragrance was released in 1995, and I've been wearing it ever since. However, short time ago, they discontinued this version, which pissed me off royally, because they discontinued it here in the States, and then they kept it in Europe, which made me so mad, because I was like, why the hell would you do that? Why would you keep a fragrance in Europe only and discontinue in the States? Because most people in the States don't understand good quality fragrances, and it's sad. If it's not aquatic or ozonic or smells like a 15-year-old prepubescent 15-year-old who ain't even dropped his balls yet going on a date, they're not going to wear it. Simple as that. And everything smells the same nowadays. There's nothing unique about any fragrance. This fragrance is very unique. Comes in two versions. One's the Eau de Toilette, the other's the Eau de Parfum. I prefer the Eau de Parfum better. You ready for it? This one is Opium pour Homme in 1.7 ounce refillable Eau de Parfum. I don't know if you can see that. See, Eau de Parfum. And it's in the it's a refillable natural spray from the design house at Yves Saint Laurent in the 1.7 ounce. This is the box, by the way. And the juice is right here. And just taking it out of the box, I can smell it. Excuse me. I can smell it just taking it out of the box, and I haven't even sprayed it. That's how strong this stuff is. Guys, it's just, oh my God, it's just, amazing. Okay, sorry, enough of that. On with the review. This was released in 1995. This is an Oriental fragrance now. Okay, now this is This is a true Oriental. This is very opulent, very seductive, very bewitching, very, how can I say this? Mystifying. I've heard people call this sex in a bottle, and boy is it ever, because if you want to get laid, spray some of this on, guaranteed to get you in the sack, because this is a very seductive fragrance, guys. I'm not playing. The notes in this are, Tulu balsam, white pepper, galanga, or either galanga or galaga. Never can pronounce that one right. Sad. Patchouli, vanilla, and I think juniper berry. I can't find an exact breakdown of the fragrance notes, so I'm just quoting this based on what I smell. And I'm sure that there's others in there too. I just don't know what they are. And like I said, I can't find a very precise breakdown of the notes on this one, because it's been discontinued in the States. So naturally, they're not going to have breakdown of notes anymore on the internet. I don't know why, but they should. Anyway, there are two versions to this. One's an eau de toilette, and the other one's an eau de parfum. This is the eau de parfum. I also have the eau de toilette. People say that they're the same. They're not. They're two different dinosaurs, two different beasts. They're totally different in scent-wise. I'm sorry, they are. Even though, and this is crazy, even though they have the identical top, middle, and base notes, it's how they're structured and where they're placed, and how they are designed to release is what makes them different. Okay? So yes, they might have the same scent or the same note ingredients, but the release of them is what's different. For example, in the eau de toilette, you have a more peppery, spicy opening. Okay? In the eau de parfum, you have a very fruity, and I'm not talking citrus fruit, I'm talking berry fruit opening, which is syrupy at the same time. However, on the dry down, and when it's completely dry, this and the eau de toilette smell identical. That's what's amazing about this fragrance, is that you can wear eau de toilette one day, eau de parfum the next day, and know that you are wearing Opium Amber Homme, because on the dry down it smells identical. However, this one is going to project a lot longer than the eau de parfum, the eau de toilette, because simply it's higher concentration. I love this one better than I do the eau de toilette, because it's my signature fragrance. I've been wearing it since 1995 when it was first released. Then they discontinued it, and here recently I just came across the bottle of the eau de toilette and figured I'd give it a try. Anyway, that's a whole different review. I do have a review of the eau de toilette online as well on YouTube, my YouTube channel. So guys, give this one a try. If you can get online, and if you can do a search, and if you can find this fragrance, Opium Amber Homme Eau de Parfum, please try it. Give it a shot. Be patient with it. Let it do its work. Because I've heard a lot of people say that when they first spray it, they don't quite care for it because it's so weird, I guess you would say. But if you let it do its thing, if you let it do its job, it will mystify you, trust me, because it did me the very first time I smelled it. And what I like about this too is that this is a very elegant bottle. As you can see, it's got like a goldish cap on it. It's got the embossed YSL. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there it is. See, embossed YSL, and it's also refillable. And you click this off here. See if I can get this to work. I'll watch it not cooperate tonight. But anyway, you click this bottom part off, and the internal bottle right here, this is glass. You can't hear. Yeah, there it is. It's glass. This part right here is glass. And it slides out and you can refill it with another glass or another bottle of the refillable spray. Anyway, I'm rambling on tonight. Whatevs. But yeah. Like I said before, the eau de toilette and eau de parfum are two different beasts, two different dinosaurs. They're not the same scent. Ingredients-wise, yes. Scent-wise, yes and no. Opening is totally different on both. Dry down are identical. This fragrance is the most structured and well-designed, well-balanced fragrance that I have ever smelled in a men's fragrance. Ever. There's nothing has yet to compare to this, nor will anything ever compare to it. The seductiveness and the addiction in this fragrance is simply amazing. Thus the name Opium, because Yves Saint Laurent himself was infatuated, was obsessed with the Orient, that when the perfumer designed this fragrance, he channeled Yves Saint Laurent's enthusiasm and passion for the Orient and designed a fragrance around it for men. And oh my God, is it just absolutely fucking amazing. Sorry for the F-bomb, but it is. So yeah, fellas, give this one a try. If you want the ladies to flock to you, or guys, if you want the guys to flock to you, if you're gay, like I am, then try this one, because let me tell you something. When I wear this, I get compliments from guys left and right. Left and right. Girls too. Don't get me wrong. Girls compliment the shit out of me on this when I wear this. And it's a well-balanced fragrance. It's just amazing. That's all I can say. It's very seductive, very opulent, very sexy. It's very animalistic fragrance. And that's what I like in a men's fragrance. Guys, this stuff is to be worn strictly evening. This is very romantic. If you want to be close to somebody and if you want to be intimate with that person, this is when you wear this. This is not for the office. This is not for work. This is not for going to school or college or anything like that. This is for mature fellows. I'm not saying you got to be old, man. Mature. Okay? There's a difference. Because I'm not old by any means. I'm still young and I wear this. So yeah, guys, give this one a try. If you can find it, do an online search for it in Europe. You'll be able to find it. It's worth the shipping to pay for it. It's worth it to pay for the shipping to the United States, because trust me, you will fall in love with it. Like I said, give it a chance. Okay? Let it do its thing. Don't judge it just by the opening. Let it dry down, and you will just be amazed on it. Okay, so to recap what we've got tonight and the fragrances that I have, we've got from the design house of Prada, this is Amber Homme Intense Eau de Parfum Spray, 1.7 ounce, released 2006. One of my new loves. Love this stuff. We've got Jazz from Yves Saint Laurent, released in 1988. Also a favorite of mine. I like this one a lot. It's very clean, very fresh scent. 1.7 ounce Jazz Eau de Toilette. And last but not least, my signature scent and my all-time favorite ever, there will never be anything that will ever replace this as far as my favorites, is Opium pour Homme Eau de Parfum, 1.7 ounce, released in 1995 from the design house of Yves Saint Laurent. There you have it. That's my fragrance review for tonight. And everybody rate, subscribe, and comment. And to all my YouTube subscribers, happy late New Year's, Christmas, the whole 9 yards, all that stuff. Love you. See you soon. Rate, subscribe, comment. Good night.